Welcome to deconstruction video of my track Wait. This track is released on Enormous Vision label. It's available on every streaming platform. If you want to listen to it, I will put the links in the description. This track is interesting because I mostly used wavetable. It's a stock synthesizer from Ableton, and we'll get to it later. Let's start with drums. I will solo the drum group and we will listen to it, how it sounds like. And on drum group, it's called percussions. I have automation on echo. Echo increases in the build up towards the drop. And I also have high frequency automation here on EQ, also on drum group. It opens up towards the drop. Let's move on to this track. It's called Hat Candy. It's a little ear candy. It has echo on it. This preset, it's called Diffused Long Cascades. It sounds like this. Just helps to transition into another section. Next I have hats group. It doesn't have anything on it, so open hat sounds like this. And it also has echo on this track. And it also has automation when echo turns off in the outro here and in the intro. And when I need drive, I turn on echo. It sort of drives the track and adds a bit of groove to it. Let's move on to shakers. It has LFO here, and it controls the fade out, so that every time it hits, it's a little bit different to emulate real shakers. And also it has delay. A bit of EQ, removing this harshness here. Next I have drum texture here. It's just a background loop. It has transient shaper on it to increase transients. I usually don't recommend increasing transients on stuff that is supposed to be in the background of the mix, because that's not really good. But this time I decided to break this rule, because things that are far in the mix, they shouldn't have clear transients. And it has vinyl distortion here. You can't really hear the difference, but it becomes just a bit more fat or big. It adds body to this sound, sort of. Next I have tom. And let's listen to it with the kick. Just a basic pattern that repeats throughout the whole track. It's important that you have your toms in the key of your track, so keep in mind. Next I have clap. It has reverb, send, automation. in these two places. So this clap is also used as an effects here. I decided to do that because I didn't really want to create another sample and putting reverb on it when you can just simply automate send channel here. Next I have perk fill. It sounds like this. And it has delay. Next I have drum fill. It has a lot of delay as well. And a bit of EQing here. Cutting a lot of low frequencies and a bit of high frequencies. This track is blank, I'm sorry. I'm going to cut this. Next we have snare roll. And I have automations on snare roll, like decay here. Decay increases. And frequency automation here. I cut a lot of low frequencies. Next is this group here, KB. It's kick and bass. And it has clip here, G clip. I don't really know why this plugin doesn't really do anything. So kick has something here, EQ, another EQ. I'm cutting a lot of this range here, 100 frequencies. And it has this transient shaping enhance. I believe I used it as a saturator or something, because you can hear what it does. It makes it a bit louder. And sorry, also this plugin here. It's a oscilloscope. Doesn't really do anything. Next is bass. It's wavetable. Just a preset that I made from scratch. EQing here. A lot of mid frequencies. And shaper box for sidechain. You can use this plugin for sidechaining different frequencies differently. So this band, oh sorry, how do I reverse this? This is sidechaining low frequencies up to 198 Hertz. You can see it here. And this band is sidechaining high frequencies. We finished reviewing drum group, and as you might have noticed, there is a lot of samples with MHD in their name. For example, this thing, open hat, shakers, both shakers, tom, clap, and kick. These are samples from my sample pack, and I thought it would be a good idea to advertise my sample pack, not to just show samples and say you can buy it, but to actually write a song using a lot of samples from my sample pack. So if you want to buy it, you can find the link in the description. And now we're moving on to a music group. And on music group I have, first of all, it sounds like this. It has EQ automation here. In intro, I cut low frequencies here and here. Also, I have reverb automation, also in intro and outro. So I turn off reverb on drop and on the whole song. Next I have sidechain, and also I have echo automation when it goes into the breakdown here and in the build-up too. And when the outro begins. This is all that I have in music group. Let's move to main lead. This is a wavetable preset that I made from scratch, and I even saved it and gave it a name, like here, wait synth. It has frequency automation, and it's more open in the second drop. And it has a lot of movement, as you can see. This automation here. And it has echo. For this I decided to use Echo Boy. I don't know why. And next is compressor. Volume automation here. On drop it's loud, but in intro it becomes quiet. Next I have echo automation. For example, this moment is interesting because this is sort of starts to fade in the build-up. Not a regular reverse sound, but I decided to do it this way. And also small automations here and here. I have great delay on this track as well. Next is EQ. I EQ a lot of low frequencies. To make space for bass here. And also I have this EQ here as well. It cuts these harsh frequencies. And a bit of boxy frequencies here on 600 Hertz. And I boost highs here. Next is fountain. I don't know why I named it like that, but it sounds like this. And it's also a wavetable that I made from scratch and saved it as a preset to use in the future. And it has frequency automation. It also has another automation, but with LFO. You can see it's moving here. And with this little amount of instruments, I changed a lot of notes here. As you can see, this is another MIDI clip. This is another melody tool, and here I colored it like here. You can see it has different colors, and this helps to make track more interesting, because if there's only two synths, I literally have two synths in this track. They can become very boring if you have the same melody over and over again. And it has echo, chorus, just a bit of chorus, EQ here. I boost high frequencies, and another frequency automation here. And it even has autopan, but I'm not sure if it does anything. No, I believe I just tried to make something with this stuff. So it doesn't do anything. I'm gonna turn it off. Next is saw transition, another wavetable that I made from scratch. Frequency automation here. EQing. Lots of delay and reverb here. Auto filter too. You actually can do it by hand, so record your automation and move this knob. It will record and put an automation like this. I decided it would sound cool if I automate the reverb, not the sound itself. And a lot of reverb after filter here. Next we have is transition synth. It's Serum, the first synth that is not wavetable. It has distortion here, compressor, and phaser. And a pitch bend automation here. EQ, delay, and echo, the same preset that I used in drum group. You might have seen this preset. And EQing here, mid frequencies. Next is reverse transition here. I just recorded this synth and put a lot of reverb on it and reversed this. Next I have keys. I love this plugin. It's Addictive Keys. It has a lot of good piano sounds in it. A lot of echo again. It just plays in the breakdown. And it has chorus here and EQ. I cut low frequencies and a bit of high frequency. And it also has volume automation. It fades out towards the chop. Next I have texture group. On this group I have vinyl distortion. Soothe. It's just a plugin which cuts harsh frequencies or unpleasant frequencies. And EQ. I cut a lot of low frequencies and high frequencies. And here again, but with auto filter. This texture sounds like this. This is a vocal texture that is playing throughout the track. I cut these resonances here. It has echo, very wet here, 78%, and another EQ to remove these unpleasant frequencies. You can hear it. Compressor, and after compressor, autopan. Actually, two autopan, two plugins here. And texture 2. It's another dreamy sound. EQ here. Echo. But it has grain delay here. Sounds like this. And autopan as well. Vox. It's a vocal sample which starts playing in the second drop. Usually I add a new element in the second drop. It has alter boy here. Without this, it sounds like this. Just pitched down, sort of. I have EQ. Then autopan. Again, this thing, I don't know what it really does. Let's listen. It sort of gives it flanger or phaser sound, but it also becomes wider. And echo after that. And disabled overdrive. Compressor. And again disabled plugin. Let me cut this. And for effects, I have this rain track here. I even recorded this myself. This is a recording from my phone. And I put limiter here so that as you can see, these peaks, they are not really good. They're going to trigger the limiter on your master bus. So I cut them here. EQ, cutting a lot of low frequencies. Reverb at 75% width. It moves the sound far away. Sweep that is created in operator by using these automation, LFO automation and frequency automation. LFO amount, sorry. And lots of effects like echo, chorus, grain delay. And next is crash. Just to introduce the next section of the song. And this effects just a weird sound that we don't really hear. And the final part is master bus. What I have here, this endless smile plugin is turned on in the build-up. It's a lot like reverb. It just increases reverb and pushes away the sound. I see this plugin used by producers in genres like big room or trance, where you have to have a really loud and impacting drop. I have this EQ turned off. I will explain what it does. It's just for checking your mix, how it sounds without low and high frequencies, just like on cheap speakers or phone speakers, how this sounds like. Next is oscilloscope plugin here. Let's move it here. Ozone 7. I have two instances. The first one is this. It has imager, so I put frequencies below 154 Hertz fully in mono. Next I have exciter. On very little mix, as you can hear. Next, EQ. Just to cut these harsh frequencies, let me increase this so that you can clearly hear. If you want to cut a lot of frequencies on your master bus, there is something wrong with your mixing and you should return to mixing stage. And I have dynamics here. It just compresses every frequency band by no more than 1 dB. Just to control the overall sound. And in the future, this is really useful if you want to achieve a bit more loudness. Thank you for watching. I hope you found something useful. See you in the next video.